I'm Head of Compliance at Principal Global Investors Europe, and they're an asset management company. They're the European representative of Principal Global Investors, which is a global asset manager. So I head up the compliance function in London, and I also have oversight for their UK affiliates. I have got a law degree, and I think that was sort of my in initially. And I worked as a lawyer for 6 years, and then I moved into funds management in a product management role, so looking after investment funds. And I was part of Principal Global Investors probably about 10 years ago in London. They were quite a small organisation at that time, and then as they were growing, there was two options for me. There was to sort of continue in the product management role or to go into compliance, and really just by chance I chose compliance, to be honest. So that's how I got into it. I think what I really enjoy is the fact that you get to know the entire business. So we are an asset manager. We manage every asset class in London. We've got traders, we've got a sales and marketing function. So we do everything that an asset manager does. And as the head of compliance there, you just need to know what every single part of the business is doing, what every business unit function is. So you know, there's just such a broad subject matter to get your head around, and a broad amount of people to get to know. So that's what I really enjoy about it. You need to be analytical, I think, because especially now, I think compliance has really moved on from where it probably was sort of 10 years ago. I think initially a lot of people got into compliance through operational roles, through HR, admin functions almost, and there was sort of functions that people did in compliance. They looked after personal account trading, they did quite administrative type roles, but things have moved on now. In the post-financial crisis, there's so much regulation that everyone needs to get on top of, and that's very much fallen into compliance's world. So I think you need to be analytical, you need to be able to take that regulation, apply it in the business in a meaningful way, and in a way that's not onerous to the business, but while still maintaining the integrity of what you're doing. You've got to be able to get along with people, and you've got to appreciate that for them that's not necessarily their top priority, but you've got to present it to them in a way that makes it appealing and makes them sort of want to adopt that regulation and do what's right for the business ultimately. Something that I've come up against recently. I was looking to fill a role in my team for about 6 months, and I saw a lot of people, and what you're really looking for is someone that's credible. You're not looking for someone that's necessarily got all the experience and got the skill set on a plate, but you're looking for someone that you see potential and you see some sort of willingness to really get into compliance, really be interested in it. And I think that's demonstrated in a number of ways, and certainly someone that's got education, someone that's taken the interest to go and do some further study in the area is a big part of that. But you're really looking for potential in people, so I'd really encourage people to try and develop themselves so that they can present that to a potential employer. I think it depends on the type of role you're looking to get into. I think in some of the larger firms where your role might be more siloed, I think they're certainly willing to take people that don't have direct experience. Personally for me, I needed someone that could be a generalist, wasn't a huge team, so I needed someone that did have experience. But I think there's certainly a lot of compliance roles out there where you can get in and you can start at the bottom and start working your way up. So I think it really just depends on the type of firm that you're approaching.